What's up, YouTube? It's FitzBro, and I hope you've been enjoying the Sultans of Sin DLC. I've got a Byzantines guide already up on the channel, and this is going to be our age-up guide for the Ayyubids, because you probably already know how to play the Abbasid dynasty generally, but there's a bunch of new age-up options as well as golden ages. So we're going to go through the best combinations that I think are going to work out if you're playing the Civ. Now, I have taken all the age-ups and I've put them in my Discord in this great little graphic. You can join in here, grab your Age of Empires 4 roll, and then you come to my Ayyubids channel, and I've got this build order, or the age-up guide. I've also got a civilization overview as well as some gameplay of the Tower of Assault, and I also threw the golden ages in here as well. So come in here, get involved, let's talk about the Ayyubids. Okay, age-up options, let's get into it. I've got 3 different combinations we're going to talk about. One's going to be more of a rush, one's going to be a fast castle, and then another one's going to be kind of a pressure into a very safe eco castle. Okay, so we'll do it in that kind of order. Okay, so here's our House of Wisdom. Let's take a second and real quick, just look at those golden ages in case you weren't aware. There's new golden ages for the Ayyubids. You've got tiers 1 through 10. So you've got villagers gathering more resources at 10. You've got research speeds at 20. Production speeds. Siege units cost less to produce, which is really big. When you hit that tier 4, cheaper. You know, at that point, trebuchets, you're looking at late game, whatever it might be. The Manjanique, they're really cool. Fire mangonels, right? And then if you get tier 5, send me a screenshot because I haven't got that far yet. Camel units attack 20% faster. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about is the fast castle. This is going to be similar to like the Gulam fast castle you might have seen on my channel and some of my other guides. So you can go into the economic wing first, and it's going to give you 3 villagers and an additional 50 on food. Now, what I'm going to caution you is when you open up with your berries, as we often do, right? I'm gonna turn this off so you can see it. What you actually want to do is micro your villagers between the berries and try not to deplete one of these berry bushes. And the reason why is because when you hit the second age, they're going to get an additional 50 food. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just gather some of that, and now you're going to see when I go to the next age, you see it has 335. It's going to now have 385. So if you deplete that, you're going to lose out on that food. So little tip, make sure you do that. Okay, we're in the second age. You've got your 3 villagers, and then in this build, I'm usually, keeping my berry vills there, keeping my vills who are on gold, and I'm just putting like a few on wood to build a little bit of infrastructure. Of course, you want to scout your opponent a lot if you're going to go like a naked fast castle. Oftentimes, if I'm going to do a naked fast castle, I just build a tower on my gold. And then your goal is to get the castle age, right? And then start making Gulam. Now, I'm going to turn In a Jiffy off so you can see just how fast it is. So you can age up the culture wing, and it's even cheaper than it was with the preservation of knowledge, and faster. 850 food and 450 gold, and it takes 40% less time. And so check this out. Like, this thing is flying. It's going to only take me like a minute to age up to the next age compared to the minute 45. And that really feels fast when you're trying to hit a timing with getting Gulams out, with trying to get maybe Camel Lancers out. And that's pretty much going to be going into like your fast castle, do your pressure, or maybe don't, do whatever you want to do from there. And then you can choose, going up with the military wing or the trade bazaar from there, kind of up to you. Okay, so that's going to be option number 1. Let's go through option number 2. Now let's see if it preserves my cheats, because I restarted before and I swear we lost them. So we'll try this one more time. Okay, so that's going to be the fast castle. Now let's talk about a crazy rush build order you can do. Okay, so check this out. Okay, so we've aged up, or I'm sorry, we built our golden age. You can actually use the culture wing to age up from the dark age to feudal. And look how much it costs. 225 food and 125 gold. That is absolutely insane. Now the question is, okay, if you do this, what do you do next? And I will say this is probably I don't think this is the most strong option, but if you really want to cheese someone, you can get away with it. Or maybe they've got villagers out on the map getting deer, or a map that's got a woodlands really far away from the TC, like the pit. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna age up with that. It goes really, really fast. And then once you're to the next age, you want to instantly drop either a stable or an archer range. I think a stable's nice, because what you want to do is get one of these desert raiders out, which is 80 food, 50 wood, and 50 gold, and likely go to wherever they're gathering and try to sit just outside of that range and take pot shots at them with your bow. Now, these units are very weak to range units, so I wouldn't make a ton of them, but this is pretty much kind of like an all-in cheese rush. So you make like, 1 or 2 of those and then add some horsemen in. So if they're probably going to make archers to counter them. And you could try to do a little rush build order with that. So I think that's a fun little build. And then while you're rushing, like most rush builds, like the Mongols, whoever it is, rush behind it. Maybe you're working towards going up to castle age or whatever it might be. Maybe only make a few units to feign pressure and then go towards like a castle age, right? You can do that. Okay, that's option number 2. Let's go to option number 3, and this is my personal favorite one right now. And there's a lot of RNG involved. So we're going to be taking a look at the Bizaar, and you might be wondering what the heck is a Bizaar? If you look at the tooltip on it, you might not know if you haven't played it before. Okay, so take a look at this. So you go up with the trade wing, the Bizaar. Every 3 minutes, a trade caravan is going to arrive with a random selection of 4 favorable exchanges of resources and units, and it's set for whatever wing you do it in. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, let's go up with it. So we'll go up to the trade wing, and we instantly get, look at this, 4 of these traders, and we get to choose what we want to get. Now, you have these 4 traders. You don't always get everything. As you can see, I've got a few options here, but like for example, I didn't get wood this time. I didn't get the Bedouin swordsman this time. Okay, so what you do is you choose this, you pay gold. It's kind of like, I think of it like the Frimba. You just put a lot of bills on gold, going to spend the gold, and you're going to get some stuff from here. Okay, boom. I instantly get 2 villagers. You got to make sure you have a house, but that's crazy. That's like 2 villagers immediately. Is it better than the 3 villagers of the eco wing? Over time, yeah, you could get, and the next trader is going to show up. Perhaps you're going to get another one, or you could get multiple of those possibly. And then you can get a military out of it. So you can get these skirmishers and instantly go, they instantly train, as you see, and go start attacking your opponent or defending against some kind of rush. And then you can choose you want to get food or stone or even a market. Okay, so basically those more traders are going to show up in another minute 20. So you use that basically to get a little eco going with the villagers you're going to get a little army going, maybe throw down a stable, get out a horseman or a camel, or maybe you want to get some archers, whatever it's going to be, go pressure your opponent. And then while you're doing that, where this build really shines is when you hit the castle age with the economic wing. Because look at that. In age 2, you get 3 vills. But in age 3, you're going to get 8 villagers. That is absolutely massive. You're going to start the castle age. Hopefully you've got, this little army you've been fighting with in feudal age, harassing. And then boom, you're going to have 8 villagers behind this, be a surge into your economy. And then you can continue to, as these traders show up, get a few of these, and just play the game out, and you're going to have a quick boost. It's not the risk of like going out for a second TC, and it's harder for them to scout that you're going to go for this necessarily, but it's going to be really, really cool. So I really like this one personally. If I were to rank them, I would say this is probably the strongest. You can go the fast castle build, the first one I mentioned, and then that rush build, I think is kind of like a cheese strat if you want to try something crazy, or hit them with a really quick rush to push them off of resources, or whether it's attacking a dock or pushing them off of deer. So those are going to be the age up guide, I think, for the Ayyubid. Let me know if you've got some other combinations. I think another one you could consider is, well, hold on, I got one more for you. One more for you. I saw this actually happen against me. So this wing, if you go with the culture wing, the bottom one, when you complete, you get dervish. Now you get 4 dervish because it would be going in age 4, but if you do it earlier on, you get these dervish, and what you can do is open up, and think of it kind of like the Meter with the Ottomans is like go into age 2 with dervish. You hit age 2, you've got these dervish, you immediately train horsemen or camels, and then you're running around the dervish, and the dervish are going to heal them. So you're going to be raiding, like pushing in, poking their wood, and then falling back. But you've really got to micro the dervish and keep your army alive. I think it's an okay strategy. It's not my favorite, but that's also another one. You can go up. You can also use them if you go in age 2 with them and you keep them alive. Then when you hit age 3, you can instantly start grabbing those relics because these guys are mounted and pretty quick. So that's another thing you can do. Okay, that's gonna be my age up guide for the Ayyubids. Let me know what your favorite combination is, and I hope to catch you for one of my live streams over on twitch.tv/FitzBro. Consider joining the Discord down below for to pick up those guys I showed you at the beginning of the video, and subscribe to the channel for the next ones. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.